If you go on to enjoy the video, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing. It does really help me out a lot. And if you're into Funko Pops, I've just started a brand new channel dedicated to them. The link for that can be found in the description. And beat the random lottery that is FIFA points by buying the coins direct from u7buy.com. Use code TVM at checkout for a 5% discount, or if you're a new customer, get 8% discount. The link is down below. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to a brand new video. We're going to take a look at potential player moment predictions. Very difficult to predict, but there is some logic to the, well, not madness, but you know what I mean. There's some logic to it. Essentially, we're going to look at players that maybe have already had flashbacks like last year. They don't want to do it again, so they'll do a player moments, like Gervinho, for example. He, I think, had a flashback last year, or has a flashback every other year or something. Wouldn't surprise me if they gave him a flashback or a player moments card. It won't be anything too crazy, like nothing 90 plus rated or anything, but 87, 88 rated, left wing with pace, decent dribbling, and a cheap SBC. Another player, maybe not really at the forefront of everyone's mind, GINTER. I've had a look at a few players who've had a couple of informs this year, who have had a little bit of an upgrade, but probably won't kick on and do like really good stuff like high 80s, low 90s, and who have had team of the seasons in the past, so they may give them a player moments to represent that. A player that's new into the game is QUARESMA. He's lost his skills for some reason. Apparently he forgot how to do an Elastico when he moved away from EA's capture, or what's the word I'm looking for? Is it capture? Their region, basically, right? He moved away, he wasn't in the game, now he's back in the game, doesn't have 5-star skills, probably will do with a moments or a flashback. Moving on to Canales, a player who has had some decent cards over the years. This year, not so much. Not that he's not performing well or anything, it's just that EA haven't chosen him yet to have a particularly good card. I think he had a team of the season card a year or two ago, might have had one back-to-back actually, but either way it was a good card. I can imagine he'll get a good card with good passing very soon. Moving on to HALSTENBERG. Now he had, I think it was FIFA 19, he had a really good team of the season left-back card. Of course, I think he's a centre-back this year, so would be a slight position change there. Maybe they give him a centre-back card, I'm not sure. Either way, this would be pretty good. Very good defensively. Maybe to play him on 7 chem as a centre-back wouldn't be a terrible idea. They love Leipzig this year as well. Moving on to Tammy Abraham, you could argue that he deserves a higher rated card, and I would be 100% behind you. I just think EA will give him a lower rated card to represent the team of the season that he had for playing in the lower leagues a couple of FIFAs ago. Was it FIFA 19 he had it? Pretty sure, because then last year, of course, he was in the Premier League. So, yeah, must have been FIFA 19 that he had it. Moving on to Mario Götze, a returning player to the game. Of course, he was without a club for a while. PSV picked him up, and now he's in the game. So, be on the lookout for a potential flashback or player moments. This is a card that we had last year. He had a flashback and it was 87, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a player moments this year. Maybe slightly higher rated because we are later on in the cycle. Moving on to Gaia. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, nah, he's already got a special card. This is EA's bread and butter. Yes, he has a special card, but it's a freeze card. Wasn't he a striker? Wouldn't surprise me if they now gave him a special card in his natural position, which of course is a left back. It's not a particularly amazing card, but it would definitely get people to do it if it was cheap enough. Walter Benítez, a player who gets about 20 informs a year, maybe more. They're not doing particularly well this season, Nice, so he hasn't had that many. Still has had some, but not that many. I don't think he's going to get a team of the season like he normally does as well, so what a great opportunity for EA to just give him a player moments card. Not really one that many people are going to go after, but still. This is Paulinho. This card would be unbelievable. Now, they could wait and they could give him a team of the season, or they could give him some sort of summer heat card or something, but with the Euros this year, I think we're going to see less of that type of content. So a player moments, in my opinion, is only, it's just time. It will happen. ORŠIČ is another player that they could roll back to. I think last year he had a, was it a headliner card that he had last year? Either way, it was a really good, high-rated, very fast card. 99 pace, good dribbling, great shooting. It was a really good card for the money and for the rating as well. And I wouldn't be surprised to see it again this year. It's kind of like the cheaper Ryan Kent, if you will, or the off-league Ryan Kent. De Paul, A player who has been linked with a move away probably every other Thursday, but still at Udinese, and I wouldn't be surprised if he got it either, because again, he's one of those cards that always seems to get a team of the season. This year's probably no exception, but the thing on top of that, of course, is that this is only a 90 rated card. He could still get a team of the season. It goes for every player in this list as well. STINDL has had some team of the seasons over the years and some really high rated special cards. There was one FIFA where it was literally every 3 weeks he'd have an inform, and I think he had like 4 or 5 informs by the end of the FIFA. He was really high rated. He's had a player of the month this year, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just topped him up a little bit with an 89 rated SBC. Moving on to James Rodriguez. Now, I'm into the section that I like to call, we'll give him an upgrade anyway. So James Rodriguez has a ones to watch, as do a lot of the players that are yet to come in this video. But he hasn't, I mean, he's been injured for a little bit of the season, but also hasn't just had the goals or the assists to get the upgrade. Neither has Allan. Now, I know both of these are Everton players, but they both have ones to watch cards. And I think James has had one upgrade, but it was a right mid. Allan hasn't had any, still an 83 rated card. I would be shocked if they didn't give one of these players some sort of special item. Player moments is my prediction. Gignac could give him a flashback, could give him a player moments, could give him some random promo card, foot birthday for example, or a team of the season, or all of the above. I think it's inevitable that he gets a special card because he gets one every single FIFA. It's just a question of what type of card it'll be. Moving on to Sandro, does have a road to the final, but as Juventus have been knocked out, it does fall under the category of we'll give him an upgrade anyway. It's what EA do. Renato Sanchez is on the verge of an upgrade. He's going to get one at some point. They've been knocked out. That card is now locked as it is, and it's same with Alexandro. He will get one. And it's kind of the same as Van der Beek as well. He has a ones to watch, hasn't had one inform this FIFA, so why not give him the upgrade anyway? It's what EA do. It'll annoy a lot of people and it'll make other people happy. It's just a sort of double-edged sword, really. But either way, it is exactly what EA do. And we're going to move on to a player that's no exception, Antoine Griezmann. I packed him, 89 rated, road to the final. He has an 89 rated left wing in form as well. So what will EA do next? They'll release a player moments card. I don't think it'd be 92 rated, maybe 91, maybe 92, don't know, might be 93 and they'll make him super expensive, but I still think he's going to get one at some point. Moving on to Jamie Vardy. Now this is completely random, this is just completely out of left field. It's not really a saying that we use here in the UK, but I've gone for it anyway. 90 rated Jamie Vardy. He's probably going to get a team of the season, to be honest, but you can still give him a 94, 95 rated team of the season after you've rinsed people of their coins in this SBC a month before. Such an EA thing to do. 93 rated David Silva is going to be the player that we end things on here today. I've given him a particularly high rated card. I don't know how high these player moments cards tend to get. Did they once give one to Hazard who was 95 rated? If that's the case, we might revisit this and just do some really high rated cards. But I think David Silva, he has a record breaker card. But again, people have invested in that, people have bought into it, but EA will blow it out of the water and say, hey, look, here's a better version. Just give me that 500,000 coins or the 1,000,000 coins and you can have him, no problem. It's just such an EA thing to do. That is my player moments predictions. What do you think? Do you think any of those are in contention? I think some of them could potentially get flashback cards, but I don't know. I think a lot of them have already had flashback cards in like the previous FIFA, so they may go for the player moments. They may bring out a whole other promo entirely, or they may throw some of them into Foot Birthday. It's kind of why I've brought out flashback predictions, player moments predictions, and Foot Birthday predictions all in one go, kind of in the last week, because I'm predicting it's going to happen this Friday. A lot of these players will be special cards by Friday. That's my prediction. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. If you have enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.